That's gonna be the last one for the day. Then I'm gonna go take me another nap. Check this out. What's up, YouTube? Gotta say what's up to my peoples. Shout out to all my subscribers. Shout out to everybody. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell, baby. Hey, check this out, man. Run or self-deport. This is interesting right here, man. I didn't know at first that they was giving people the opportunity to not only leave, but they was paying them, and you pay for the airline. They pay for your airfare and everything. And I don't know why the guy didn't take that. It was a family, and they said, well, we just took all our savings and all our money, and we just moved into Mexico, because that's where the husband was from. And they got 2 kids and his wife. So all 4 of them moving to Mexico, because he been in the country since he was 13 years old. And now he's like, it's been over 30 years. He ain't done nothing to nobody. Don't make no sense, and all this stuff they saying, right? Well, you did wrong from the jump. And why would you build a family on the possibility of you having to leave the country because you're here illegally? And how in the world did these people stay in the country illegally? Rules are rules now. I'm not saying that this is right or wrong. I'm on a different subject now. How do you stay in the country for 30 years and get a job and all this type of stuff, man? So, hey, it's a lot of things that the American people as a whole, we need to clean up, man. So y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's see what my man is talking about. Let's check it out.
Hey, how you doing? I want you to check this video out.
I guess my man was a police officer.
As a Mexican American, I truly believe that we need to take our country back. When I came to this country, I stood in line for hours and days before I could get my green card.
Do you know anybody that crossed the border without applying for green card?
Oh, yes. Unfortunately, I have family members that did. Cousins, nephews, nieces.
Because those people might be deported if Donald Trump wins.
That's okay. That's okay.
You would be okay with your cousins being deported?
Yeah, I will be okay. They can be deported, but they can also apply to come back to the United States, but do it the right way.
That's a simple request. Do it the right way. She says she stood online, she got her green card, and she doesn't approve of people just coming into the country illegally. It's not like we're not a benevolent country. We allow over 1 million people a year to migrate to the United States. And that's more than any other country in the world. And we should be able to enforce our borders without it being controversial. And this lady right here, she's saying that, she has relatives that are here illegally, and she doesn't have a problem with them being deported.
That's okay.
You would be okay with your cousins being deported?
Yeah, I will be okay. They can be deported, but they can also apply to come back to the United States, but do it the right way.
How long have they been here for?
Years, like 20, some like 30 years.
And I think that most people who have gone through the legal process and have gotten their green cards and have legal status in this country feel the same way.
How do you think they would feel about you saying that?
Oh, they would be very angry. They are angry at me right now. They don't talk to me.
See, they don't talk to her because she's telling the truth. People don't want to hear the truth. If you're here illegally, you don't want to hear people telling you that you should, come back, deport yourself and come back. She said that you can be deported and then come back and apply to get legal status. But it's not like that anymore. If they catch you and they deport you, you can't come back anymore. Not legally anyway. So I would just consider deporting myself. As time goes on and as this program rolls out and these deportations become something that everybody understands and it's inevitable, then you'll see people's opinions shift, because people are seeing images like this where
that's messed up.
ICE agents are getting pretty much mobbed, and people are being very aggressive towards federal agents that are actually...
Hold up, I thought those was police cars, man. Is that a police car? I'm assuming that these are police cars. They set the police car on fire, y'all. Oh my God, it's time to bring out the military, man.
Agents are getting pretty much mobbed, and people are being very aggressive towards federal agents that are actually doing their job and enforcing the law. And Americans, myself being an American citizen, I'm offended by this. I don't want my government to have to placate and appease people that are not here legally. And you can't start an operation like this and then back off, because if you do, these people are going to feel like they won. And then it's going to be no stopping them. They're going to do whatever they want. So you have to go all the way now. If you came here legally like she did.
He right about that, man. Can you imagine what little bit of stuff they doing, and then the government say, okay, we're going to back off. Yeah, we got them. We got them backing up. We got them running. They need to put more pressure on them, man. When somebody throw a rock or whatever, it should be 30 officers ready to clink, clink, next one, and take them through a trip. Once you put the handcuffs on them, pass them back, the front line people, the ones that ain't taking no bull. That was me, man. I want to be on the front line, baby. Shoot.
Would you feel like she does? I think that is probably the predominant feeling of people who have migrated here legally. They also said they're looking for a guy who was shooting at ICE agents.
Tonight, the FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for the capture of this man, who authorities say is seen on video firing a gun at federal law enforcement agents during the chaotic immigration raid on a cannabis farm northwest of Los Angeles. ICE agents clashed with protesters and deployed tear gas and smoke canisters.
Damn,
they
man.
have the gall to shoot at federal officers that are doing their job.
Whose motorcycle
Any American
there?
would be opposed to this. Any true American would be opposed to this. So if anybody's listening to this that is not here legally and you think that I'm off base, this is how Americans feel. And we don't like this, all right? Now, they did this raid in California on this cannabis farm.
Man.
And they arrested 361 people at this farm that were here illegally. In one farm. One raid, 361 people. These are jobs that should have gone to people that are here legally, right?
Facts.
And in this group of 361 migrants, illegal aliens, were 14 minors. Minors were working on this farm. And they also had child predators working at this farm.
So this morning, new details after more than 360 illegal migrants were arrested in that massive raid at a marijuana farm in California, including this suspect accused of child abuse and attempted rape, who was working alongside 14 minors rescued from that scene as well.
From the administration about some of the more than 300 immigrants that were arrested at that California cannabis farm last week. One, we're told, had been convicted of kidnapping, attempted rape, and attempted child molestation, and he was actually deported back in 2006. Another convicted of rape and DUI, and the list goes on with other DUI and burglary convictions.
When we talk about farming and we talk about immigrants, legal aliens, people always come back with the argument that, oh, they're doing the jobs that Americans don't want to do. And if they weren't doing these jobs, then everything would be much more expensive. That sounds like the arguments that they made during slavery. When they were talking about abolishing slavery, I'm sure those type of arguments were mentioned. Yeah. That, oh, if you stop slavery, then your fruits and vegetables are going to cost more because we're going to have to pay people to actually do these jobs. Your cotton is going to cost more, so when you want to buy a shirt and a pair of pants, it's going to cost more because we won't have slaves actually picking the cotton and planting the cotton and growing the cotton. We will have to pay.
You know what I say? You know what I say?
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
There are people out here looking for jobs. Teenagers, younger generations. When I was young and growing up, because see, I didn't know no better. My dad got me a job at the Capitol. and I was out there pulling weeds. I hated it. But it makes you disciplined, makes you more of a man. Yeah, we about to buckle down. Yeah. Anyway, here we go.
Parents is going to cost more because we won't have slaves actually picking the cotton and planting the cotton and growing the cotton. We will have to pay someone to do that. But guess what? What's right is right. And if I got to pay a few more pennies or quarters for my fruits and vegetables because everything is being done legally and they're paying Americans to do the job, I don't have a problem with that. And then there's also a myth that Americans don't want these jobs.
Gains since the start of President Trump's second term, increasing by over 2 million jobs, while the number of foreign-born workers has declined by more than 540,000.
More than 2 million new jobs for native-born Americans.
Yeah, it turns out they actually were taking our jobs. Illegal migrants are undercutting the wages of working class Americans.
I said this long time ago. There was a story out where the guy was working for like 13 years with the a restaurant. And now he got to go back. He's going back on his own. He don't want to be, because he got kids and stuff in Mexico. So, but he helped start another restaurant for the people, and he's the manager and all this type of stuff. How is he in the United States illegally? And he's managing the second restaurant for these people. What? So you mean to tell me an American citizen that needs a job could have been doing this work all this time, but they gave it to an illegal person? Think about it. How far up these jobs go? Y'all thinking they just in the field trying to pick some cotton. No. Or do some weed or whatever they doing in the farming area. That's just the joke part of it. That's the joke. These people are in the restaurants. They in the car mechanics. They delivery services. They doing all kinds of jobs that us United States citizens should be doing. And you want to know why our people, our kids is out here hitting people over the head, taking a pocketbook.
There's this narrative on the left that they're taking jobs that Americans will not do or don't want to do.
That's bull.
And it's absolute nonsense. There's not a single industry in the United States that's done by a majority illegal migrant labor. The highest rates are about 30% in agriculture, which means 72% of people working farms are American citizens. And it is just so disgusting to say these are jobs that are beneath an American. No,
it ain't disgusting. It's stupid. Call it what it is. That's what the problem is. Everybody want to sugarcoat this stuff. It's stupid when people say stuff like that. They ignorant. They don't understand what it is. If your kids was growing up and whatever, picking apples, and you making $20 an hour picking apples, so be it. Shoot, when I get off of picking the young kids, I did all kinds of hard labor work, construction and stuff. Come on, people, we got to wake up.
Percent of people working farms are American citizens. And it is just so disgusting to say these are jobs that are beneath an American. Turns out Americans don't think that. When you have mass deportations and a closed border, employers have to pay more wages. And guess what? Americans are happy to take those jobs. The downward mobility of the American working class is due to a number of factors. But the massive increase in illegal labor is one of the biggest ones. You look at the 1970s, which is when working class Americans could really afford to support a family in dignity on a single income. The share of the population that was foreign born in America was 4%. You look today and it's over 15%. And of course, if you're here and you're an illegal migrant, you have two options. Either you're working, which means you're driving down the wages that an American worker could have asked for if you weren't there competing with them for a job, or you're living off the social welfare state, right? There's no third option here. And both of those are utterly, utterly unacceptable. And yet the elites in both parties, as you rightly point out, Rita, have been very much enjoying this because they are the consumers of low-wage labor. So, of course, they would rather pay a nanny $40,000 a year under the table than pay an American $70,000 a year and give them benefits.
Now, before I go any further, let me just go to the law here, because there's been a lot of misinformation concerning the law, concerning immigration. So I just want to set the record straight. Okay, let's look at this. 8 U.S. Code subsection 1325, improper entry by alien. It says, any alien who enters or attempts to enter the United States at any time or place other than as designated by immigration officers shall, for the first commission of any such offense, be fined under Title 18 or imprisoned not more than 6 months, or both, and for a subsequent commission of any such offense, be fined under Title 18 or imprisoned not more than 2 years, or both. If I were here illegally, I would leave on my own, because if they catch you, and it seems like they have the forces to catch you, and they have the technology, they have the intelligence and things like that. So
now this guy right here, this guy that they struggling with right now in this video, he is a citizen. He is a United States citizen. They not trying. He is blocking the door so they can't get to one of his employees who ICE is trying to get up out of here. He's here illegally, and they're trying to get him up out of here. And it's shame on you, because you don't have nothing to do with what's going on. It just so happened that this is one of your co-workers. So because it's one of your co-workers that you just so happen to like, you probably didn't know they was in here illegally, or maybe you did know. What difference does it make? You have no right to stop these police officers from doing their job. I would have, man, y'all, come on, man. They should have just threw the handcuffs on him, on his ankles and everything, and set him to the side so they can go do what they got to do. And I would have put charges on him too, man. We are too soft. We are too soft, man. That's how all this happens. Look at this. You know, okay, back to what he was saying.
Or imprisoned not more than 2 years, or both. If I were here illegally, I would leave on my own, because if they catch you,
see, they trying to get past him.
And it seems like they have the forces to catch you, and they have the technology, they have the intelligence and things like that. So the odds right now of you being caught are very high if you're here illegally. And when they catch you, they may not necessarily send you back to your place of origin. They could send you anywhere. That's part of one of the laws, or one of the policies that they have now. They don't have to send you back to your country. They could send you anywhere. They could send you to Sudan. They could send you to El Salvador. So if I was here illegally, I would not risk that. I would self-deport, and they are also giving you assistance to deport. If you want to actually go back to your country, they are saying that they will pay for your flight back to your country, and they'll give you cash so you'll have some money when you get there. So it's sort of like a no-brainer at this point. This is not going to go away, no matter how much violence and protesting. It's not really protesting. It's just mobs in the street just destroying property and
that don't make no sense,
federal
man.
agents. But no matter how much that goes on, it's just going to reinforce the need to have this immigration policy. So let me know how you feel about this issue. Do you think people should hide from ICE and just try to wait out Trump's administration, or you think that they should self-deport? Let me know in the comments.
This is the beginning.
Thank you once again for coming by and checking me out. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. And until next time, as always, peace.
This is the beginning. See, look, if you run in the country, right, you gotta look at it like this, man. If you run in the country and your police is going through stuff like this, your police and the police gotta be safe. You got all this going on. All they doing is allowing them to bring in bigger forces. That's what they doing right now. You put your pawns out there and the pawns getting beat up. You be like, no, we can't have this because they gonna hurt somebody. They gonna kill some of these police officers. So what's gonna happen is they gonna bring bigger people out here. They need people to back ICE up because this is law. This is the law of the land. Then they're going to bring more police officers out. And they see, you're going to have militaries coming out. And when they see the military tanks and all that stuff and Air Force and all, they cannot win. So it's like, excuse me, did you just throw a rock at me? Lock them up. For every person that's doing this type of stuff, you need to run checks on them and throw them into jail. There's no way in the world I will allow this in my country. Good God Almighty, baby. Wouldn't have got this bad in the first place. Wouldn't have got this bad in the first place, man. Look at this. They setting cars on fire. People can get hurt. Innocent people can get hurt because the car's on fire. What if the car, in the movies, blow all the way up? Hey, man, let me get on up out of here. Hey, y'all take it light, take it slow. Y'all tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.